It's the Black Aaron broadcast. It's the Black Aaron podcast. It's the Black Aaron broadcast. That way we get sound. Check, check. Oh, God, I'm dying. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll play my music. Music will end, and then I'll give you a wonderful introduction, and we'll just go from there.
All right.
Gang, gang, gang! He's a funny young guy to talk to. Always seem to have a good talk. Always coming back around. Have a friend and have a come and chat and sit down with him. Have a drink and have a talk. Smoke a blunt and maybe some whiskey. Think about the world at large, cause Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like old Dave Chappelle. Fuck you, man. Ah, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part of that intro right there. That's it, man. That's the money maker. That's what keeps us. I'm gonna scoot over. Yeah, that was like my only contribution to that track, I believe. I didn't really contribute much of anything.
That's hilarious.
I did that. I did Gang, Gang, Gang. Fuck you, man. You know, those are just two of my many hits in my catalog, my discography. So episode 17, Black Aaron broadcast. I have my friend here. I'm gonna give him a wonderful intro, nice warm intro. He may be considered a Huntington Beach local. Longtime doorman of Fred's Mexican Cantina. Recently recovering from a huge life event. He's my hero of many. A man of education, obtaining his master's, I believe, in family counseling. Marriage and family therapy. He's a good, if not great friend. The only person I've interviewed who has interviewed me. He's a religious man, a man who asks questions, someone I don't think is a fan of politics, but is a huge supporter and I believe voted for Donald Trump. I had to throw that in there. He has a huge smile and an even bigger and warm heart. My friend, my buddy, my pal, KJ, aka Kingman Johnson. Kingman.
Yeah.
Oh, you had to
That's
change.
right. I changed my Facebook names. I don't want people.
They didn't let you. Oh, okay. Okay. So Kingman. Let me change that just so I don't know. Kingman.
Yeah, I've actually confused people
Johnson.
I grew up with too. Like they're like calling me Kingston.
Who are you?
No, that's not my name.
AKA KJ from OC. Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Woo! How are you doing today, brother?
I'm feeling good. I'm well rested and feeling good, man.
Good, well rested. How was the drive over here?
Not too bad. Hit a little traffic a little bit on the 405 over, but not too bad.
Okay, yeah, it should have been a little lighter than when I came this morning because
you get here earlier, right?
Yeah, I got to be in class 8:30. I'm looking at an hour and a half, 45 drive.
Really?
Yeah, it's very real, bro. I do that.
You're driving from Brea too. So
Brea.
Like a straight shot. It's like.
Well, I take the 91 all the way here. It's just like 57 to the 91, and you just go, and then you exit 91 to get here on campus. Excuse me. And my recovering from my cold.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't take any of that.
You can't be around the baby.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. My wife's been telling me I got to get my shots. I think I haven't got my flu shot. I got all the other shots, TB something.
TB test.
I don't know what it is. TB something.
Oh, Tdap.
Tdap.
Yes.
Tdap.
Yes.
And then there's another one I already have, and I'm supposed to get my flu one. We're still waiting on that baby. She's 37 and a half.
She's full term now, right?
Weeks. She's full. It can go down anytime.
Yeah.
If it gets to 42 weeks, then they're gonna have to bring that baby out.
Yeah.
But right now it's 37 and a half, so doctors are still whatever doctors do.
I say in a week.
Yeah.
You might want to keep your phone on just in case.
Yeah, no. I got the phone on. She's probably still sleeping, no text message right now. But so I'm glad you volunteered, and when I asked you why you volunteered, you said it's good to get out of the house, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not working right now. Full recovery. So the life event that I went through was I got diagnosed with colon cancer. We started testing for it back in January, February.
Yeah.
And I had a symptom back in like September, October last year. And I kind of ignored it because I was in grad schools finishing up. I didn't want anything to interfere with that because it was so important to me. And I thought with my symptom, which was kind of gross, but it was a bloody fart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's real as it gets.
Yeah. Standing up to pee, happened to be wearing white shorts at home. Thank God.
Wow.
Farted and was like, oh, that's something came out. What is that? And then there's a couple of times, this is so bad. A couple of times I've had a Subway sandwich, the meatball marinara. And you fart afterwards, and it's meatball sauce.
Oh, wow. That is the realest thing
that has happened to me twice before. So I think I just eaten another one for the first time in 9 years. And then it happens again, but this time it wasn't meatball marinara sauce. It was blood.
Wow, bro.
So I was like, okay, we're just going to ignore this as all men do, right?
Okay.
Of course.
That's the logical thing to do.
Oh, it'll go away.
Ignore it.
Rub some dirt on it. Put some tussin.
Yeah. Robitussin, Neosporin.
Windex for Greeks,
Yes.
Put some Windex on it. But yeah, so I went into a doctor a few months later for a sleep apnea test. And while I was there, he said, is there anything else you want to talk about? I said, yes. And I told him about the situation. We started testing. We went through a blood test, and he found out I was anemic. And then
low iron is anemic?
Low iron, yeah.
Okay.
Because literally I was bleeding out while defecating every time.
Whoa.
So as time went on, the symptom of bleeding out got worse. Like it happened more and more and more often.
Wow.
Because it wasn't really happening until then.
Wow. Wow. I didn't even, that's crazy, man. Yeah. Oh, wow. And so you had the, you had the surgery and the surgery was successful.
Yes. They checked the lymph nodes or whatever, because it expanded past the margins of my colon.
Oh,
and so it touched two other things. I forget what they were that they touched, but they checked those and made sure that there's no cancer spread. And so we're good. And I have to talk to an oncologist soon. I see my primary doctor tomorrow to get an oncologist referral. Yeah. And then from there we go and talk about chemo or radiation if necessary, which I don't think it will be. I think it's just nutrition.
I hope not. Yeah,
nutrition's really going to be the answer.
Nutrition. That's why we got the.
This is so I don't poop while I'm here, because sometimes when I eat, I have to go real quick, and I'm like, I don't want to do that while I'm here. So
okay, so something to
giving
eat.
Me something so that way.
Some sustenance. Yeah. Okay, all right. I'll leave you alone with
It's okay.
The candy corn. Well, I'm glad more than anything. I'm glad that we got you here, man. I know that was like probably scary AF.
Oh yeah, man. It really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
You had a lot of unfortunately I didn't get to come over and see you in the hospital, but I saw that a lot of people via the FB seem to have come out for you and support you, and I'm glad, man, because it's I checked in too to just see how you're doing and stuff, but I'm glad you're okay, because that's important, the human element, communication, talking, just having that physical presence of people, and no people care about you when you're going through your darker times and stuff.
Yeah, the love I got is like the most love I've ever gotten in my entire life during anything. But I was really scared. You're right, I really was, and I'm glad I was able to be vulnerable and open up, because when you're not vulnerable, how do people know how to attend to your needs?
They don't.
If you're not telling anyone.
Yeah, you gotta, none of that mind reading stuff works. You gotta tell people, you gotta talk to people, and you kind of got to get it out there what's actually going down, or else no one, how's anyone going to really know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you're able to do that. And, you talk to your doctor, and you're, right now kind of on the road to recovery. And so I'm glad you made it out here,
got some of that sun.
Yeah.
Do a little talky talk.
Yep.
And kick it, man.
I'm gonna go to Fred's after this.
Yeah, you gonna go to Fred's? Are you?
I was there last night. I might actually go to Sandy's. A buddy of mine works at Sandy's. So
Sandy's is below Blue. What is that? Or what's that?
Oh my God.
What is that? It's been there for Duke's.
Duke's, yes.
The lettering is blue.
Yeah.
It's called Duke's.
The company who owns Fred's owns Sandy's as well.
Really?
Yeah.
They were trying to get some of that. What was down there before?
I think it was called Sandy's or Shore or something. I forget. But yeah, so they own that too.
Okay.
So my old man.
A little piece of knowledge. I didn't know that. Do you remember where we met?
It was at Fred's.
It was at Fred's. You were just
sure.
always the door guy there. Yeah. And I was just the wildest Negro in OC. I had business cards, everything. A lot of you probably just have no idea what that is. Or
do you know that you're saved in my phone as WNIOC? It doesn't even have your name.
Oh, can we show that? I don't care.
If you want your number on there, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I want my number on there.
Yeah, but anyway,
just to get the internet. But it says WNIOC in the phone.
Yeah, man.
God, do you have any memories? Any memorable memories of us?
I remember your card,
and
it still sticks out to me to this day, even though it's not who you are or whatever. But
yeah,
I just remember it was like so. I don't even, am I allowed to describe it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to put it out there on that like that.
How did you envision my card?
Your card was you behind some girl like this and her bent over in front of you. Everyone fully clothed.
Yeah, that was a Halloween party.
That's what it was. Okay. I remember that.
That was a great Halloween party, by the way. It was crazy, man. It was really crazy Halloween party.
I thought that shit was funny. Yeah. I think, because you gave me one. And obviously I didn't go, but yeah, it was just
yeah, I just gave it to everybody just so they knew me, and I was just trying to create I just was just maybe just not liking like the life I was living, like just like going. I think I was working at ADT or somewhere, and I just created a completely alternate ego life that I just decided that that's how I was gonna live, because I was just like, F this.
That sounds like Ready Player One. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I liked it too, because I think really kind of just what you said, like living in a fantasy world sometimes is way better than our own reality.
Yeah, I created my own kind of reality and just made that that.
Yeah.
So
and it worked.
It is what it is. It worked for a while. It's quite a few years. I was doing that. I didn't give up. I went as long and as hard as I could go.
What made you stop? 30?
No, I eased into 30, 31, 32. I still out there in those streets.
Yeah.
Doing the thing. I think I just kind of got to a point of maybe emptiness. I was just like, and like partying and like drinking and doing all kinds of wild. It just was like not fulfilling. So I kind of had to find something else. I had to like just I don't know, kind of maybe seek truth and knowledge, or I don't know, start taking school a little seriously. Started a little more seriously. Start doing other things. Just I don't know. Just looking, because I wasn't finding it there. It's just like, this isn't really popping anymore. Like even drinking now, it's just not as, it used to be an event before.
Right.
It used to be like a whole thing. Like, yeah, let's drink. That's a plan for the day. Wake up, crack that PBR. Bam. We're in the game. We're already doing stuff, man.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, it's just not, for sure. It's not there. It doesn't, that spark. So yeah, it just my muse, alcohol, and other extracurricular activities just not as popping as they used to be.
Yeah, I wonder if age kind of plays into that, because like there's like even when I was bouncing, and I haven't bounced in 5 or 6 years, whatever it's been. Yeah, it's been almost 6 years. Wow, time flies, man.
Time flies.
But at some point, I was just like, this is not for me anymore. I don't enjoy coming to work. Like I enjoyed talking to people at work, but I didn't really enjoy having to bounce people out or kind of take control of situations like that, because it's like we all came here for fun. Let's have fun. Am I good on the mic? Am I hello? There we go.
That's better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you might want to bring that like a little closer.
There we go.
Like you kind of need to be up on it. Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully people heard all the other stuff you said. I don't know if they did, but
yeah, it was really intelligent shit. So
wow. Yeah, I don't even remember what you're.
I'm a humble man.
Yes, very humble man with a booming voice. So let's see here. Why do you think we kept in touch so long? How do you think? You know what I mean? Like, because we have kind of like we haven't like been hanging out and stuff, but we kind of we reunited when we did that one interview thing that you did for me, and we just kind of maybe just reached out or something. I don't know.
I think with in this era of social media, it makes it easier to connect with people.
Yeah.
You know, like I may have not had your phone number or whatever before, but even when I had my old Facebook page 5, 6, 7 years ago, we would talk through there. We would talk about music. You told me about Childish Gambino. Oh, wow. I remember that. I remember that conversation. By the way, if you ever get rid of your Facebook, you can actually download everything from your Facebook page.
Wow.
You can download every conversation, every picture, every video, all that stuff. Because that's what I have. So I could actually go back and look back.
How many terabytes is that?
It's more like with the actual Facebook content, it's just like a HTML file. And then with the videos and pictures, it is just whatever you put up there.
Wow.
Yeah. So literally, I opened up my old Facebook to an HTML file. And
just look at stuff?
I can.
Wow.
Look at reasons why I hate people. Like, oh, that's why I stopped talking to you.
Oh, yeah. I had a friend that just recently, he was going to a Weekend concert, and he said I introduced him to Weekend. So, yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize I mentioned Childish Gambino. I wanted to go to his recent concert in September, but I didn't want to pay the tickets, the exorbitant,
like 100
plus. And plus Ticketmaster just got caught up in something because like it's like they have like they they sell tickets, they release them, and then all of a sudden there's like automatically these like they're like resale tickets. They're like official resale tickets, and apparently Ticketmaster is like trying to beat the bootleggers out, like buying their own tickets and then charging them for exorbitant prices. So hopefully they'll get caught up for that. Maybe they won't.
Childish Gambino had an injury or something last night.
Did he?
Dancing at a show last night. I was watching the news, just happened to be watching the news. And yeah, he had some kind of injury and he walked off stage during a performance. And so I think his show tonight is supposed to be canceled or tomorrow.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I didn't go because
you'd have been mad as hell.
I'd have been mad as hell.
It'd been like going to a Lauryn Hill show and be like, where's Lauren?
I had a friend, I think, that went to one of those and she didn't show up. So
yeah, well.
That sucks.
But yeah, I think that connection to music is what can draw me to people.
Yeah.
You know, just because I used to make music.
You did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can send you my old CD or album, whatever.
Were you rapping or playing instruments?
I was rapping.
Ooh.
I was rapping, yeah.
He was rapping.
I was pretty good. I think I was.
Yeah. What was your rap name?
Just KJ.
Okay.
So yeah.
KJ. Was that getting the ladies?
I got the ladies because of me.
Oh.
I am who I am.
I am who I am. Sounds like a
Popeye.
Is that a Bible scripture or something?
I am what I am. No, that's God. He is the I forget what it is. I haven't read the Bible in a while.
Yeah. When did you because I do notice you do mention religion sometimes. Are you a pretty religious person?
I guess I simplify by just saying I follow Jesus.
You follow Jesus. Okay.
So it's not about I have to make sure I do this or make sure I do that. Like it's just he's my example.
Okay.
And that's where I go from, you
know. Were your parents religious at all?
Mm-hmm.
So
preacher... my mom's father, so my maternal grandfather.
Yes.
He was a pastor. I have an uncle who's a bishop.
Yeah.
I think another uncle who's a pastor. So like it's in the family. It's been there for a long time. Yeah.
Okay. And so you've I kind of lost my brain, just disappeared right there.
Religion.
Yeah, that might have been it. But you did have oh Lord.
It's not an aphrodisiac.
Okay. I was just no.
Talk about Jesus, girl.
Oh,
wake your ass up, talk to Jesus.
Oh man, so you did have some influence with like mom, dad, grandparents.
Grew up in the church, different churches. Saddleback is the church I primarily
So in Orange County?
Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up in Orange County.
I am literally KJ from OC.
So what is the in your questions I asked where do you come from, and you said Harbor City. Where the hell is that?
So that's near Torrance, I guess. That's where I was born. And so we lived in LA for a couple years after we were already living in LA. My mom, my brother, and my father. And then at some point, I guess in like 81 or 80, we moved down from there to Lake Forest, and my mom's lived there ever since.
Yeah.
And I lived there up until 01, 02.
Okay. So you said, and also you mentioned in a pre-interview, like Harbor City, I guess it was not a good place to.
I believe so, yeah.
What was the deal with Harbor City?
Oh, I don't remember. I just kind of, I remember kind of my mom telling me it wasn't like the best place to kind of raise children as far as like maybe the hood or whatever. So,
how about Lake Forest?
It's a safer place. It's right south of Irvine, which is, I guess, the safest city in America again.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't like that place.
On the FBI's top, safe city list. Yeah, it's #1. Again. Okay. But, when you don't police something the way you police Compton or Crenshaw, then of course it's going to be safe.
Yeah.
There's plenty of cocaine, I'm sure, in Irvine. And Newport and Costa Mesa. But hey, whatever.
There's definitely some in Newport.
I know. I used to work there too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they tell me. That's what the people tell me. There's all kinds of things in Newport.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know where you're from. Do you have? I'm just curious because I feel like you're the type of person like you have. You have a lot of friends that you can kind of, that are supportive and you can lean on. But also, I feel like you might also be kind of like a supportive person and maybe like almost a mentor or somebody some people look up to. Do you have any people that you look up to yourself, or do you kind of just look to yourself as the rock?
I definitely have a couple people I've really grown closer to in the last few years. When I was applying for grad school, actually, I was thinking about applying to grad school in 2013, I think it was. And I went to get this, a peanut brittle making party.
What the heck is that?
It's not a black thing.
Some white lady thing. That sounds like
it really was
middle-aged white lady. Like
it really was.
What are those parties they have? The
Tupperware?
No, it's the next one. It's like Kathy Jean or Cookie something. I don't know.
Yeah, Cookie Lee.
Cookie Lee. It sounds like a Cookie Lee thing. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but this is like literally they just make homemade peanut brittle, and we all help. Some people mix it, and some people do that. I mean, some people are drinking and they're not helping at all.
Oh, okay.
But it's a good time. And the lady who was hosting it, her and her husband, she's a therapist. Her best friend's a therapist, and there were like 2 or 3 other therapists. And so it's kind of funny that I would happen to go to a party with like 4 or 5 therapists there, and I was thinking about going into therapy.
Oh, and you hadn't pursued school yet, but hanging around these people.
I was thinking about it.
You're kind of like, I want to be a therapist.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll apply to grad school. And so by the next year, because I've gone to every party now since 2013.
Wow.
Yeah. So 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. And I'm sure I'm going this year. Now it's in Santa Barbara because they moved from Walnut. But
dang.
Yeah. So
you're going to go to Santa Barbara for a peanut brittle.
It's
real.
A thing. It's a thing, first Sunday or Saturday in December.
Wow.
Every year. Yeah.
That's cray. Dang.
But yeah, just talking to these people every year, and one of the ladies I connected with really well, Nikki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned her.
Married woman in her age range.
Don't put her age out there, KJ. Don't put that age out there.
She's been a really good friend, and also kind of helps me, kind of guide me to help me understand some things in regarding therapy and things like that. So just someone I can really lean on too, especially over the last couple of years, as life's kind of gotten really hard. So she's one of the first people I told about with the cancer and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just been praying for me and just been on my side. And I love her. She's an amazing person.
Well, big up to Nikki for being there for KJ.
She was at the graduation.
I figured she was. I thought I saw some people that look like some brittle peanut brittle makers there.
Yeah, types. The host was there. The person who invited me was there. And my therapist was at the graduation. She didn't make it to the party, but my therapist is the other person who I've really grown to respect, because in a time where I've really needed support and love and encouragement, even though it's like her job, but still you can tell when it's really real. And I can tell you stuff later, but for her to go to my graduation, and then also when I was in the hospital, on day 3 or 4, we had a full session in my hospital room.
Oh, wow.
And thankfully nobody walked in or whatever, but still it was just like she drove up from wherever she lives and came to the hospital and sat with me for an hour.
Damn, that's real, brother.
Seriously. It's just, that's awesome.
So I see why you said she's kind of like a second mother.
Oh, that's Mary. That's another friend of mine.
Okay, sorry.
It's almost like, in a weird way, it's like older women are like people I kind of look at as heroes, I guess, in a sense.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Did you look at your mom like that? Like she's a hero too, or?
Yeah, she was regarding her mother's health. Her mother just passed in January.
R.I.P.
She was like 97, 90, almost 98 years old. So she's seen a lot in her life. But yeah, the way she took care of her mom and made sure her mom had everything she needed and everything, that was honorable. You know, I mean, that's kind of what you're supposed to do as a kid, right? Like, no matter how many siblings you have, you make sure to do your part. And if they're not doing their stuff, you got to step up and you don't do a little more if you can or whatever. But that's what she did, and I respect that. And I'm sure her mother, if she was alive, would be able to say thank you for that. So yeah,
that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
that's nice. I didn't know that about you. So that's definitely that's cool, man. Let's see here. Let's move on to some other topics. Sure. Any opinions on Bill Cosby?
Don't rape women. Period. Yeah. Like, don't rape women. I don't care. Yeah. Now, I understand to a degree, well, not to a degree, to the full degree, that he's responsible for what he did and what he said he did and what he admitted. And we're not holding the same standard of behavior to Kavanaugh, to Trump, to the woman who claimed Emmett Till did something, 50 years ago or whatever and had him killed, and nothing's happening to her. Like,
it's really strange.
It really needs to be justice across the board. If you do something wrong, you need to serve the time for it. Like that one gal who claimed that that football player, Brian Banks, she claimed that he raped her when they were in high school or something like that. And he was like one of the top recruits, I guess, for linebacker. He was going to USC or was going to go to USC. Ended up not going because he went to jail. Was in jail for like 10 plus years or so. And then she Facebooked him. I don't know how he got a Facebook in jail, but jail, you can get damn near anything.
And what?
And she Facebooked him, and she admitted that she lied. And he went right to his lawyer, and he got out. And now I think he's working for the Atlanta Falcons as maybe some linebacker coach or whatever. So I'm glad that he got an opportunity. I don't know what happened to her. I think she got in trouble, but I don't know how much. But
there's no consistency in the accountability as far as the justice system. It seems. I mean, if Cosby did all that stuff, obviously he should be held responsible. But I read news stories every day, people admitting. I read one day about a doctor who sexually assaulted his patient while she was she was under anesthesia and stuff, and he admitted it, and he's got 10 years probation or something.
So bad.
He admitted it. They had evidence.
Wow.
I mean, I've read other stories where they knew, and then sometimes the judge just lets him off. Oh, well, I don't
want to ruin his life.
I know if he's young, I don't want to ruin it. I don't have any. I have little to no confidence in the justice system.
Yeah, man.
I've been to court before, not for too serious stuff, and just in my little experience in court, it's more of a kind of a negotiation. It's just kind of, they're playing a game. It's just like ping pong back and forth, and you're not in charge there. They just kind of decide what they want.
Yeah.
Despite the evidence. The lawyers work it out between each other, and then they work it out with the judge, and it just kind of, it goes down however they,
It's like watching Law and Order. You ever watch Law and Order SVU or any of that stuff? It kind of seems like it's the same. The reality of it is all right, well, I'll give you this if you give me this in return.
It's an exchange. It's a business exchange.
Like a dowry, except you're getting married to jail.
Yeah, it's really I don't know, man. Just stay out of the court system. Don't get caught up with the police.
Yeah.
Just be nice to other people. Just stay the hell
Don't
out of
rape.
trouble. Don't rape.
Don't rape.
Don't rape. Yeah. So
what do you think?
Trash.
I was talking to someone last week. And I'm gonna give you a scenario, and you tell me if I'm guilty. I mean, if this person's guilty. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
is it rape or sexual assault if a guy and a girl are, messing around, right? Like they're both naked and maybe massaging each other, right?
Okay.
And then the guy, maybe they're not massaging each other's,
genital.
yeah, right. But they're doing other stuff. And the guy goes for it as far as like putting his hand in her spot.
Private.
Yeah. Would you consider that sexual? I mean, obviously you're not a judge, so I'm not trying to hold this against you or whatever, but would you consider that sexual assault, or would you consider that like just possibly a failed attempt if it
I wouldn't well? I mean, I personally wouldn't consider it sexual assault, but the culture is changing. What people are considering acceptable and not acceptable. The culture is changing with and I would say, just in my most recent kind of opinion of things in the world, is just technology is changing, and I feel like it's showing us a different part of human beings, which we might have known is always there, but it gives them more. It's kind of empowering us, but destroying us. It's kind of distorting things because people can get online and they can. So maybe something happened, maybe something didn't happen, but it's like a judgment happens online before it even gets anywhere. And whether that person ends up being guilty or not guilty, there's a judgment that happens, in the courtroom of media. And it always happened before, but it's been kind of even made more explosive by social media. You get the regular media, the news, whatever, magazines, newspapers, TV and stuff, but now you have also the social media adds another layer where it's people. It's kind of like kind of the masses get to decide. They get to throw in their 2 cents. Everybody's 2 cents adds up. Yeah,
it reminds me of like the Rodney King trial, the OJ trial. Like everyone had an opinion, as if they were lawyers and all that kind of stuff, and judges. And I understand, obviously, we're all going to have opinions.
It gets really loud.
Yes,
it's really loud, and it's just people talk it and they repeat it. They speak from ignorance and they don't have any firsthand knowledge, and people start to believe the stuff they hear, and the stuff gets repeated. People share stuff all the time that they don't know. I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to share it. Well, someone else doesn't know if it's true, and they share it, and someone else, and someone else, and someone else, and someone else, and everyone believes it because it becomes like popular opinion, and popular opinion to some people equals truth. Well, everyone else, and people aren't that very good at like, I don't know, critical thinking or even thinking for themselves, or the story seems legit
because I believe it already,
whatever. But you have there's instances where I was watching Joe Rogan, and there was one about a boy and a girl on campus, and they had a relationship together, and it was documented over a text message that they were two consenting people to have sex, and they had sex. And I guess I don't know if she reported it or somebody else reported it, but he ended up catching some charges, even though she invited him over and like told him to bring condoms and had sex. And I can't, but he ended up catching some charges and stuff. It's really strange. And
like, I can understand if she said no and he kept going.
No, it doesn't. We're in a very, 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 very strange place today in society. And I mean, a lot of these things do, a lot of the way we see things playing out have kind of involve technology. It's a lot of he said, she said, and also I feel like kind of, propaganda involved from both sides or more sides. And it's getting more and more difficult to determine what the truth is, or if the truth even matters. Because if it doesn't sound the way people think it happens, and they're like, yeah, maybe, I don't believe it.
That reminds me of that tweet Donald Trump tweeted before he was president of the neo-Nazi black crime thing, where it was like black crime in America, like 98%, or black on black crime, 98% or something like that. White on white crime, 1%, something like that. It was, people were still posting that and retweeting it, even though the little footnote at the bottom was actually like a neo-Nazi group as opposed to like a justice department, but they just passed it on because they believed it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter necessarily the source, because you'll even see media like, I don't know, New York Times, Washington, like they'll post like anonymous high-level source from the government said this.
Anonymous.
What? I mean, it's just that's what's the difference between that and somebody saying, "Oh, my friend said." I mean, we're just supposed to take their word based on it being this huge, important, influential corporation that we need, we need facts, and sometimes they only show the facts of what kind of benefit their side of the story.
Right.
It's just, I think, just a lot of stuff, and maybe it's always been this way. It's just not to be trusted, but even more so now than ever, because things can be manipulated more than ever with technology. I mean, I see it, with voices, with the way things look,
pictures. I saw a Tupac picture with him and Eazy-E, and I posted it, and it looked real to me, and someone was like, actually, no, here's the real picture, and I was like, damn it, they got me again.
I just feel like reality, whatever you want to consider that, what we kind of perceive, our five senses, and what people believe in their head. I feel like things are just kind of merging. The line between things is vanishing. What's true and what's not. You see stories on The Onion versus stories in reality. What's one's true? They're similar, or the ones in reality are worse. The truth is stranger than fiction, whatever. I just think we're living in extraordinarily crazy times, and I don't think people are ready for what's coming. I just don't. I mean, I just think you really need to be careful with the amount of information you're taking it in, where you're taking it in from, because it's just it's kind of scary.
I try to teach people to own their own biases and to be honest about them. And I think if we're not honest about our own biases, then as far as real truth, we'll never really know it, because we think we know everything already.
That too. I mean, bias. There's so much, and some people don't even admit they have bias, and you could show them the truth, they don't care. It's really strange, very very culty these days.
You ever watch college humor videos on YouTube?
Yeah, some.
There's the one with Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah.
There was one where he talked about how people will argue with you, and if I attack a point that you believe in, you might hold truer to that point, because you feel like I've personally attacked you, as opposed to attacked your point. And that's what people do in these days, or maybe just overall, is that if you attack their point, they feel like you're actually attacking them. So it doesn't even matter if you're telling them the truth. They're going to believe what they want to believe anyway, because it's part of their identity. And that's scary.
It is. It is scary. It's just really crazy, man. I don't know. I do have another question. For you. What is the greatest threat to man right now?
Candy corns.
America.
The greatest threat to man. Shit, that's a different question than I got in the pre-interview, isn't it?
No, the pre-interview is just for me to get a feel.
Oh shit. Okay, because I'm like, I don't know.
No, that's not. No, man. I just get those. I send the pre-interview questions to get a feel for the individual and just get some additional information. But no, I'm not going to ask you. No, you're on the spot now, bro. It's different. It's a different game.
The greatest threat to mankind?
I don't know. However you perceive it, man.
Interesting. That's a great question. I got to say ourselves.
True.
I think we are our own worst enemy.
Absolutely.
Not even just personally, but I mean, like, you got and this is kind of back on the whole kind of racial issue or whatever, but you got the people in North Carolina surviving the hurricane, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the store's broken into, people are getting food, they're getting their goods that they need from whatever general store it was. And the news lady's like, oh, look, these people are looting. They just survived a hurricane, and we don't know when they're going to be getting food in the area from FEMA or whomever. And you're making them look like criminals, as opposed to they just want to eat, man. They just want to eat. And to make them look that way makes it look like they're doing the wrong thing, as opposed to they might have a daughter to feed at home, or a son taking care of their grandmother, their mother who's sick. And if they don't get them this thing or that thing, then that person's going to die. So what you're saying is that person should just die. Because
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Exactly. But it's like, well, what are you saying? Well, they should pay for it. The store's not open. Nothing's open. So what should they do? You know what I mean? And
sit there and die peacefully.
Quietly, so we don't have to see it.
As a good law-abiding citizen, die. Die.
But if you change the words from looting to surviving, you know, as they do when white people are looking for food, then you get a whole new vision, you know, and a different argument. And it's like, oh, good, they're surviving. Good, right on.
Foraging.
They become heroes as opposed to villains.
Yeah.
You know?
And I do have an issue because I feel like it sucks because I like to watch like a lot of different point of views and try and figure out people can better communicate. But like when you say white people and you say black people, I know what you're saying, and you don't mean all white people, obviously. Right. I know that. But people listen to that and then they're going to twist that around.
Like, you said
you hate white people, you hate all white people. It's I feel like that's part of the reason we can't really we can't communicate that well with each other. People are so, and it's been this way for so long, they're so stuck on color and they can't see past it. It's just like,
well, I try to be very careful now when I say that, because when I said white people looking for food or whatever, I didn't say, you know, I wasn't saying that white people are the ones critiquing us or whatever. I was very specific.
What you meant is non-dirty, dark-skinned savages. Anyone who's not a dirty dark could be perceived as dirty dark skin savage.
Right. So the media looks at them as heroes and then looks at us as And see, I said the media. I didn't say the white media, conservative media. Or anything like that.
The media is the devil.
I mean, rappers hated the media growing up.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, it's the same thing now.
Yeah. Everything's just really so strange, and I feel like communication is. It's just hard, and ignorance is at an all-time high, and people just don't know what they're doing.
Because now we get to really see what people think.
Yeah,
I've exposed a lot of racists from my hometown over the last few years. Like, these posts are coming back up, and sometimes I'll go and look. Because, you know, it says, oh, 2 years ago you posted this, and I'll open it, and I'll be like, oh, God, I remember this argument.
Yeah.
And these people are not my Facebook friends anymore because they expose their racism, and they wouldn't admit to it. But I'm just like, you know, I had to be done. But, yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's difficult. Definitely difficult times we're living in. What can people do to, you know, change society? Like, you know, as individuals, maybe what can they contribute or do differently?
I think one thing we need to start doing differently, like I said, owning our biases and actually listening to what people are saying as opposed to what we think they're saying.
Yeah, so, which is difficult in itself and can be subjective.
Right, because you're listening with your bias and not realizing you have a bias, or
you're
not
filtering it through that.
Exactly. So when I responded to that video I was just talking about with the people looking for food, the headline was, you know, something about looters or whatever, and I responded to it and I said, if you just switch the words from looters to survivors or foragers or whatever, and given a scenario, and you'll have a whole different perspective. And a buddy of mine I used to work with responded and was trying to call me out about, oh, you don't care about the business and this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, it doesn't matter after a hurricane. Like, it just doesn't matter. So
it's like in some situations and contexts, they want humans to be human, but in other ones they want to be like robots that aren't human and have no feeling and don't have needs, like, you know, hunger, or they're fearful, or you know, need love, or you know, empathy and all that stuff.
Yeah,
even they just kind of, they act as if they're the ultimate judge, and they can tell, like, in this situation do this, in that situation you should be doing that.
And they've never even been in that situation.
No.
So it's like you're telling someone who just went through something major how to behave, how to respond. You don't even know their personal circumstances.
Okay. Now, I know a lot of people with the Kaepernick thing, they're like, oh, Nike this, Nike that. I honestly feel all this stuff is just big distractions, and no one actually no one actually gives a shit. You know, Nike's making money. Kaepernick,
Nikes? What am I wearing?
Kind of
Pumas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Nike's making money. Kaepernick maybe picked up some more sponsors.
Yeah.
He created a, you know, whole new a way for these corporations to leech on to the whole civil.
I think he cares, though.
He might care.
I think because he's actually been doing things, as opposed to people who believe that he's not doing anything. He actually is doing things. It was stuff you can research and just look up and see the photos or videos of him, you know, giving backpacks out, giving out old suits to people outside of a probation office or parole office or something like that. So trying to help people out in ways where they're not being helped by the justice system or what have you. But I don't think Nike really gives a shit.
I'm absolutely not. They don't. It's just another way to sell some stuff. I mean, jump on the whole social justice bandwagon, and just figure out a way to leech some monetary.
Because I want to know what kind of money they're contributing to Kaepernick's efforts or other efforts, right? Like
we may or may not ever know.
And they might say, "Oh, we're not in the business of charity," which they're not, and they don't have to do anything. But it just kind of seems hypocritical if you're going to jump on that train and use him as your, the main person you put out before the actual commercial came out and the whole ad campaign came out, and then maybe not contribute any finances from that to anything. That would just seem kind of hypocritical to me.
Yeah, I think the whole thing's kind of just trash and a distraction. The NFL could have potentially avoided all this if they just let him do his thing and just ignored him. Like, I mean, they could have. It wouldn't have been a big deal.
Yeah.
But media blew that thing up.
And turned him into a terrorist.
Maybe on behalf of the NFL, maybe not on behalf of you know what I mean. Like, maybe the NFL is not doing as bad as we think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's all. I feel like it's all very unimportant, kind of. You know what I mean? I did want to ask you your top 10 or top 5 dead or alive rappers.
I love this question. So just my personal top 5, not even like who's the best, and okay. Tupac is obviously in there.
Yeah, I know you're a big #ThugLife. I know you're a big Tupac fan.
Slug from Atmosphere.
Oh, cool.
I've met him several times.
Wow.
I have pictures with him, and it's like one of my most cherished possessions.
I was downloading Slug back in Napster days. Wow, cool. I like that.
I think I have every song he's ever made. Brother Ali, also from the Rhyme Sayers.
Yeah, so pale guy with the beard. All right.
Muslim, white Muslim.
Is that what they call him?
Well, that's what he is. He's a white Muslim. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, changed his name from Jason Newman to Ali Newman. What else? 1, 2, 3. Pharaoh Monch.
And
it's a tie between Chino XL and Tech 9.
Chino XL and Tech 9. I know I've probably heard more Chino XL and Tech 9 than Chino XL.
Yeah. Tech gets a whole lot more pub. He makes more party songs, than Chino. Chino will just destroy you lyrically.
I might have to go back and listen to a little bit of Chino XL.
Everyone who's listening, go to YouTube, type in Chino XL, type in Never.
Yeah.
And listen to that song. That's from like 99.
Yeah.
And then also there's another song called Wordsmith. And then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Wordsmith and Never.
Never.
Okay. That's a good.
Or Lyrical Jesus. There's another good one. Oh my God. This guy's amazing.
Huh. All right. I do have another. Moving on. I want to ask, what are your dreams? I like to ask everyone this one. I feel like people don't get asked enough. What are your dreams, sir?
I'm going to reinterpret that as like my perfect life.
Yeah, because I have 2 questions. I've got like, what are your dreams? And then like, what would you do every day if you could do whatever the hell you want?
Okay, so I'm going to combine those 2 together then?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's fine. That would work.
Paint a full picture for me.
Yeah, I would be rid of this damn depression.
Okay.
Which getting me out of the house, like I said, it's amazing. That's why I have to do it all.
I'm glad you came out, brother.
Me too. Open the blinds. That's one thing my therapist taught me was just to start, open the blinds instead of leaving it dark every day. And then go out and go for a walk and just go from there. But anyway,
that's a great idea.
I would get rid of this, and I think that would help energize me into writing more.
Oh,
I love writing.
Just journaling or poetry or just
it used to be poetry back when I was working at Fred's, and it was slow nights.
Yeah.
We had those paper menus, and I turn it over on the back and just start going.
Yeah.
So yeah, poetry, but also stories, books.
Yeah.
Fiction stuff.
Really?
Fiction stuff, or I have there's probably 1 I've completed, and then probably 4 or 5 others I've started. And then sometimes they're really revealing to me about what I really think or how I really feel or a situation, and I stop because I get like, oh shit.
It's too much.
That was deep.
Too real.
I gotta watch porn.
Could this clear the brain?
Taking a nap. This is bullshit.
Yeah. I've been dream logging.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's real crazy. I've been like, sometimes it's just hard to wake up, like, because I'm like, I know, like, I'm like still in the dream, and I know I can write it down because it's kind of crystal clear, but I'm still tired, so I want to sleep. But I put a couple in this little notebook next to my bed. and I've just been logging the dreams, just kind of it's kind of sloppy writing, but just to get it out.
Yeah.
And that's been interesting. So I'll probably maybe at the end of the year I'll go back over it.
Yeah.
And kind of see what I find.
That's dope.
Maybe do like a few episodes talking about my dreams or something. I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
But
and I could play therapist and kind of psychoanalyze.
It's the one part of your if you want. Freud over here. It's the one part of your brain you just don't have access to outside of that time. So it can be very telling about you. Yeah. So I want to get a lot more information in there and then kind of go over it and kind of analyze it and see what's in there.
Yeah. So other things I would do. So I would write. I think I'd live in a place. So I was just in Lancaster, Quartz Hill this past weekend.
That's up north.
It's like
just
off the 14. So like the 5 to the 14, and then I guess it's kind of eastish.
Okay.
So it's about 100 miles from Fountain Valley.
Okay.
I would live in a place like that where it's kind of open and you can have lots of property.
Yeah.
And just kind of away from too much hustle and bustle, but you're not too far away from civilization, so to speak. And I would have my family out there.
Yeah.
If I had a family, like, kids and a wife and the whole
yeah. You gonna try and make that pop eventually, you think?
Well,
depends.
I met a girl yesterday and she's really cute. And
cool.
We just met last night. And we'll see what happens.
You never know, man.
You never know.
You never
I haven't been on a date in a while.
Yeah. Was it an actual date or you just meet?
No, I was out with a bunch of people and
just start talking.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I saw her when she walked in and I was like, I have to talk to her.
Yeah. Sometimes your brain just tells you that. It's
yep.
Like, I have to talk to her. You don't even know what that's that other part of your brain that in your dreams.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll tell you why you want to talk to her. You don't know. It just says
because she's fucking hot.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All those millions of years of evolution.
No, we're still pretty dumb. Woman.
Yeah. Had all those right curves and all the eyes and the hair, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, I tried to keep my eyes at neck level and up.
How respectful of you.
I'm a fucking gentleman, man.
You're a fucking gentleman. Yeah, me too, man. I'm a gentleman. I'm a guy. I'm not bad. I'm all right.
Yeah, you're not bad. If you were a bad guy, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, thank you, man. Let's see. So
wait, who's in your top 5?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Childish Gambino.
I do like if I was to think of some people I really like right now, without to go into a big discussion because that's a whole other thing. I would Childish Gambino, people that make me think like Vince Staples is dope. Lupe Fiasco has made me think on occasion. God, I want to say Mos Def is pretty dope. I know there's somebody I'm missing. I mean, even Big Punisher. God, to go back and listen to his stuff is like absolutely insane. And I mean, I couldn't live without Notorious. Yeah, his stuff, even his first album, Ready to Die, is like it's got some really dark shit on there.
Yeah.
So
sounds a lot like Tupac's old stuff too.
Really dope.
Vibe-wise.
I asked you, and this might have to be the last one. But I asked, what was your most valuable life lesson? And I don't want to speak for you, but I think it's good to share people's stories, which is why I like to have people on here.
Yeah.
So people can see there's other people like them, experiencing life, doing things, dealing with stuff, whether it's, you had, having the surgery or maybe depression or, maybe you met somebody and, that could be a new beginning there. I like people to see that other humans are out being human.
Yeah.
So, could you share like a valuable life lesson that might,
Yeah, I wrote down a couple. I had to kind of open this up so I can remember what the hell they were.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Oh.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So the metaphorical backpack. Sometimes I have a want or a need in a relationship, a friendship, or whatever that I haven't fully expressed, or maybe I have expressed it, but the person I want that from is not able to do that because that's just not how they've developed. So if I'm looking for empathy in a situation because I had a really bad day or bad week or a bad situation, and someone's just like, oh, well, just just do X, Y, and Z, and you'll be over it. Like that's
not what you're looking for.
I don't need your advice.
It's like, here,
yeah, take this.
Take that.
Call me in the morning.
Call me in the morning.
So I've started to realize that, and I've actually thought this for a long time, but I didn't realize I needed to apply it to myself.
Yeah,
is that you might need something from someone, or you might want something from someone, but you actually might be getting it from someone else. So if I need empathy from this person right here, they may not be able to do that, but these 3 other people back here that I've been ignoring or haven't talked to that much are able to give me that. So instead of focusing on and being depressed about this person not being able to do it, well, just turn around and see who's behind you and see, you know what I mean? Like who you can really connect with.
Take off the blinders and
yeah,
look around you.
You can't expect people to do stuff that they're not able to do.
Yeah, it may not even be that they don't want to do it and they don't necessarily owe it to you, but they just may not be capable.
Yeah, they don't know how to be empathic. They don't know how to just listen and not give advice without going stir crazy. Like, I have to tell you what to do. Like, no, I don't need you to fix it. I just wanted you to listen, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So there's that one. And then also allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. Like I said,
that's a big deal
with my cancer, which I love to say I faked it, but no, I didn't really fake it, but I faked it just for attention.
Oh, no, KJ, no.
Could you imagine the hate I would get? Oh, my God.
Ugh. You might develop cancer from all the stress, and your autoimmune system might start attacking itself. And you just be in the dark, no vitamin D, and then you develop cancer and really die. No one would be there. Or really
Boy who cried wolf.
Yep. Boy who cried cancer and then died. He cried cancer. He didn't have cancer, and then he died of cancer from all the stress that developed, causing a physiological response in his body
from a joke,
where his autoimmune system attacked itself, and he just died from the common cold.
Joke's on you,
because he didn't get his flu shots.
Vaccines, huh?
Vaccines, yeah.
You trust them? No, but yeah. So just being vulnerable, allowing yourself to like we said earlier about telling people what you need, so that way they know how to adapt to the situation.
Yeah, they don't know if you don't tell them, so that's important too.
And eat right. Eat more vegetables, no matter how much meat you eat and all these different diets and stuff.
Yeah.
Look, our ancestors from whatever continents they're from, Africa, they all survived eating plants and not eating steaks every day. So
yeah,
let's not bullshit ourselves and believe that, oh, if I eat candy corns all day, I'll be fine.
Get those in there. Get those nasty candy corns in there.
So my friend Effie, she told me to choke on every single one. She hates them. If I choke, Effie, this is your fucking
I don't
fault.
even know that person, but big up to Effie. Boom, you got boom fire.
Gang, 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 gang.
Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang, gang. I'm gonna make a music video, gang, gang.
Gang, bang, gang, bang, gang, bang.
Oh dear. Back to the porn. What's on your mind?
No, I meant like we're in Carson. So.
Gang banging. Oh yeah. Compton's right. Compton's right down the street. I mean, it's like right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna avoid that.
Yeah. That's all right. Mexican people ride on horses there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen
also right at home.
Hispanic people running around on horses.
I live next to
I don't know. They just keep them over here. I don't know if it's just like.
Is there a ranch somewhere? Or?
I don't know. I think they got ranches in their backyards. It's just like
El Ranchito.
There's like people back here that like probably bought property like hell long ago, and they just like, you know, they just
acreage.
Yeah, I went to the gas station one day, and then I took a little video. This little guy with a little Hispanic guy with a hat going down the street with his horse, and just
so cool.
I was like, damn, what a G.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
simpler times. He's not in a rush.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get simpler times too. I want to go up to the border of Oregon and Washington. I don't care what my wife thinks. She's coming. We're eventually going to live there.
Oh, really?
Speaking of, eventually.
I ain't mad at you.
She wants to stay in like Orange County and stuff. Like,
it's too expensive, bro.
Yeah.
I've been thinking literally about moving to Quartz Hill, Lancaster area, because it's so much cheaper. $300,000, less than $300,000 will get you a house with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Out here, $300,000 will get you a studio apartment this size.
Anyway, moving on. God, I didn't even want to think about that kind of stuff, but yeah, I got a kid on the way. He's coming soon. Can't wait.
What's his name?
His Atticus Sterling Black.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gonna be a beast and philosopher, a sage. He's gonna be awesome. And put as much wisdom and truth in him, or allow him to seek as much wisdom, encourage him to seek as much wisdom, truth, and
absolutely
health, physical and mental and spiritual health as possible. But
he'll be a guru with a name like that. Like, it's almost like, like my name, right?
They'll flock to him. They'll flock to him. But we're gonna wrap this up, brother.
Okay.
All right.
I'm down with that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
We got a strong, badass cancer survivor guy here.
Rock on. KJ,
aka KJ from OC.
That's right.
Kingman.
Yeah.
Kingman Johnson.
Yeah.
Good friend. And I think that's episode 17 of the Black Aaron broadcast. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Oh, stay blessed, don't stress, and stay tuned to the Black Aaron broadcast.
Amen.
Later, people. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang, gang. I'm going to keep singing until I get the music over here. Here we go.
Gang, gang, gang. He's that funny young guy to talk to. Always seem to have a good talk. Always coming back around. Have a friend and have a... Come and chat and sit down with him. Have a drink and have a talk. Smoke a blunt, maybe it's whiskey. Think about it's the Black Aaron broadcast.